IVM.
Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawala, your peak performance coach, life coach, emotional intelligence practitioner, and NLP practitioner. I'm also the founder of Abzo Expertise Unique, and my organization constantly aims at building leaders across continents. After having worked with so many dynamic business honchos, entrepreneurs, startups, CEOs, management gurus, parents, and student communities worldwide, I am convinced that every individual has unleashed potential. And all we really need to do is realize it. Watch the magic unfold, enhance quality of life, relationships, and professions. On my show, be ready for some riveting conversations with inspirational people, snippets, stories, and much more. So here I am on this exceptional journey to find empowerment and inspiration anywhere I can. Come join me on this breathtaking path of self-realization, potential maximization, positivity, and most of all, embrace your inner power. You are on your way to empowering yourselves. Welcome to the Empowering Series with Zarina Poonawala. The past few days, we have been flooded and overwhelmed with a lot of negative news. News with death, demise, and suicide. The world is unbecoming in front of us, and the number of self-inflicted deaths increase each year, with mental illness being the leading cause. It also gives us a moment to internalize this experience. I have personally handled patients with various mental health related illnesses, and when you pick the signs, you can really make an ocean of difference. Fortunately, I could pick the signs. However, not all of us are professionally equipped to do so. Hence, I'm doing this episode for you to understand how to deal with someone going through this life-wrecking turmoil. What I'm going to share with you today is crucial, important, and urgent. We all have heard or seen a case close to us with suicidal tendencies. What do we do? How do we know if a person is giving us subtle hints? How do we know if a person is merely going through a phase, a lasting episode, a disorder, or a syndrome? There are a variety of reasons why a person reaches the stage of attempting or committing suicide. It could be a severe heartbreak, mental illness, family turmoil, financial situations or deaths, poverty or loss of a loved one. These are some of the leading reasons. And studies show us that although these are the leading reasons, it all boils down to one feeling. The feeling of being unable and utterly incapable of coping with life. So how can you identify you or someone close to you feeling these very, very strong feelings? One of the simplest steps would be to identify tip-offs. If a person talks vaguely or seriously about inflicting pain, or distantly chats about the philosophy of death, or oddly gives you reasons for not living, pick them up in a conversation. Once you do that, this is what is important. Don't shun them away. Don't tell them they're talking nonsense. Don't tell them it's rubbish. And don't tell them everyone is going through depression. Please don't try and lecture them with positivity, because suddenly they're not going to see the brighter side of things. Instead, here is what you need to do. First of all, don't freak out. Indulge them and let them share those thoughts. It's better they tell you than manifest them in their mind. Understand where it comes from and make a window or a safe space for them to discuss these thoughts. Let them know, however vivid, it is important. Notice the frequency of these conversations and ask them how you can help them cope with this feeling. Allow yourself to share thoughts and exchange thoughts with them. Ask them how you can make them feel more comfortable, and then make sure that you guys seek help from a professional. Social media has its boons, but it's not the most pleasant place to be because it can be very pressurizing. There's a virtual life you live, there's a real life you live. The virtual life looks perfect. The real life is always going to be imperfect. And as human beings, we're always going to be imperfect. There's constant comparison, trolling, irrational comments. Suddenly everyone's an expert on your life. So I'm going to ask you to do this. Filter the kind of information you are absorbing and encouraging on social media. Filter the negativity, the toxicity that is getting inside you when you're looking at social media and being very active on it. It is so easy for people to suddenly notice a suicide case and go ranting about, talk to someone, reach out, I'm listening to you. However, that sometimes has an adverse effect on the ones you are meaning to give this message to. You've got to understand that not everyone is in a state of mind to just come out and tell you what's going on with them. Because if it were that easy, these extreme steps would have never been real. They would have never been so close to us. Now you may want to argue with me that if they don't open up, how will we get help? Here is the thing. A person who's contemplating suicide, keep in mind, is not an overnight thought. They don't wake up one day and decide that they want to live no more. It takes time, days, weeks, months, even years. In fact, research shows us that it involves brain chemistry and neurosciences. While certain parts of your brain go into an overdrive, other parts start to shrink. It causes this deadly act which you find so unimaginable. So what you really should do is remind them that mental health is important. Don't shun away the idea of mental health. Don't tell them things are okay, they're going to be okay, everything's fine, everything's bright, because they can't see what you can see. They don't perceive the world in the way you perceive it currently. Let them know seeking help is okay. Sharing their thoughts is absolutely okay. Don't be judgmental. Don't be opinionated about their lives. Don't give them the answers most people give. Most of all, be good listeners. Speak with your actions. Show them that you are there with little acts of upliftment. Subtly check in on them once in a while. Now, while you do all of this, keep in mind, do not make their thoughts the center of your conversation, the locus of everything, because then you're not indulging them to get out of this feeling. You're only allowing them to think about it more. Allow normalcy along with that little safe space where all thoughts can be shared without absolute non-biased judgments. All those precious people listening to this who may have been faced with these thoughts or contemplated drastic measures, I urge you to listen. There is absolutely no shame if such thoughts have crossed your mind. There is no shame in having felt a particular way. You see, the mind, it can make you be many things. In my head, I could go to the moon and get back. That's the power of your mind. Alright? But you need to be shameless and talk. Talk about your thoughts. Talk about what you need. Talk about what makes you miserable. Talk about it without worrying about the indignity attached to this word or the feeling of suicide. Talk about it till you relieve yourself of those thoughts. Just don't dwell upon it. Don't live there. That's not what your life is meant for. Now, people argue with me whether this is an act of cowardice or courage. Let me explain this analogy to you. We all have an item or a couple of items in our refrigerators which we don't touch for months. So let's say one day you decide to tidy your fridge. You come across a bottle of salad dressing or ketchup or sauce and check the expiry date. You realize it hasn't expired. What will you do if it hasn't reached its expiry date? Will you throw it in the bin or think to yourself, hey, it's still got time, so I'll try and use it up before I need to throw it away. I'd, for one, surely keep it stocked until I use it for a later time. You only throw things which have crossed their expiry date. Now, when you won't let an item from your stock, which probably has very little value and can be replaced, hit the garbage can, when it hasn't reached its expiry, why won't the same rule apply to you? Why throw your life away when it still can be purposeful? Your expiry date will come. It will come. It has to, for all of us. But why throw it away long before? Here is the hard truth, and you need to face it. You need to face this truth. Your act may relieve you, but it will burden your loved ones forever. Suicide does not just kill you. It kills a piece of the people you truly love and who truly love you. Your parents, your partner, your siblings, your kids, your friends, your colleagues maybe. And while you may depart, your family, your friends, they live on unconsciously, dying each day, wondering what they did wrong, wondering how you could do this to yourself, wondering what if they were there for you. Dying is easy, living is difficult. And when you are presented with that choice, you must choose life. You must choose living. You must choose expressing shamelessly. You must choose overcoming. Just choose wholeheartedly. Remember that your mind is a beautiful slave and a dangerous master. So make your mind your goddamn slave and have it your way, but always choose life. For all my listeners, if you know anyone or you personally find the burdens of your life overwhelming, I'm right here for you. You know where to find me, and whenever you're ready, I'm here. Meanwhile, be safe, be well, choose life, and be empowered.
If you liked this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram.
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money and Intel. We appreciate their support. It's been a fantastic week on the IVM network. I hope that you've been checking stuff out, but some of the highlights that you definitely should check out. Ashish Vidyarthi, host of Begin the Journey, was on Cyrus Says. They had a really fun conversation. I think you'll enjoy that. Uncle Please Sid did an episode around development, which was really, really fun. On Edges and Sledges, we had Adam Holyoke, former England captain. Wow, those guys are killing it, one cricketer after the other. Definitely do check out Advertising is Dead. We talk about esports with some really guys who really know that space. Smile India, absolutely right. These guys are killing it as well. So is Pawan at Pragati. Don't forget the Original Things. Again, one of my favorite shows. You must check that out. And thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you again next week.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IBM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.